are learning more tonight about what it took to kill one of the world's most wanted terrorists. A top-secret operation took down 71-year-old al-qaeda leader Ayman al-Zawahiri. The mission has also drawn some new attention to our own national security and the other threats that still exist to the United States. And in an exclusive conversation tonight with our investigative correspondent Rich McHugh, former CIA officer Doug Pattison says there is a lot we may not know about the threats that still exist.
Much of what we know about the killing of al-Qaeda's leader, Ayman al-Zawahiri, and the timeline comes from senior White House officials and the president himself.
1 week ago, after being advised that the conditions were optimal, I gave the final approval to go get him.
But former CIA officer Doug Pattison, who spent a decade with the agency, says there's likely more to the story.
How much of this operation are we not being told?
From my personal perspective, I hope a lot. I think what we want to know is that there's always going to be some information that's held back that preserves our operational capabilities elsewhere in the world. We want to ensure that we have the ability to do what we need to do to protect American interests, to serve the goals of the president without having to reveal every detail of those operations out there.
Senior White House officials tell NewsNation that Zawahiri was killed by 2 Hellfire missiles fired from a drone after 6 a.m. Kabul time Sunday morning, after months of planning without a single other casualty and without any U.S. boots on the ground, ending a 20-year manhunt for the elusive leader.
Al-Zawahiri's dead. Who's next? What do we know about him, and how big of a threat is it?
Sure. Saif al-Adel is the likely next emir of al-Qaeda. The interesting thing about him, from my perspective, is that he's Iran-based. And so I think it's going to lead to some interesting challenges in our interactions with the Iranian government, and also some really important questions that are going to continue to be asked about Iranian support, state-sponsored support for terrorism.
Much of the global conversation in recent months has been centered around the Russian invasion of Ukraine, but Pattison warns that threats from the Middle East terror groups are still real and could spread.
In that region, certainly ISIS remains a big threat. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing them be very active. They still have significant capabilities, and they have capabilities beyond just that region. I think it's a matter of time before we see more action, more activity from them, even beyond the Middle East.
One of the questions on Americans' minds right now is, what is the greatest threat out there that we don't know about?
Great question. I think there's a range of threats out there. I think one of the fears that folks expressed over the last 20 years of war in Iraq and Afghanistan was the hyper-militarization of our intelligence community to just pursue counter-terrorist targets. And they've expressed that concern in contrast to what they publicly perceived as loss of capabilities against targets like China and Russia. And in reality, our intelligence community needs to address that range of threats.
For NewsNation, Rich McHugh.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.